Does church attendance matter? If you're part of a faithful congregation, it'll be a congregation that teaches the truth when it comes to the plan of salvation. They will worship in spirit and in truth as is authorized within the pages of the New Testament. And it will have biblically authorized leadership. God's plan for leadership in the church, Christ is the head, and here on earth each congregation would have elders who have the authority to exercise the authority of Christ, and they have great responsibilities. In 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse number 2, their elders are told to shepherd the flock. Elders could be designated as pastors, and there's always a plurality when we read about that in the New Testament. They have a responsibility to look out for the flock. But also the flock has a responsibility to the elders. Listen to Hebrews chapter 13 and verse number 17 and think about the awesome responsibility that these men have. Hebrews 13 beginning at verse number 17. Obey those who rule over you. Now that's a little distasteful to us in our culture now. We don't want to obey anybody. We don't want to submit to anybody. But here, the Holy Spirit inspired writer says we are to obey those who rule over us and be submissive. Why? For they watch out for your souls as those who must give an account. Let them do so with joy and not grief, for that would be unprofitable for you. They watch out for your souls, and not only that, they're going to have to answer for your soul. Think about the awesome responsibility that these men have. One day the Lord will say, what about this particular sheep? What about this individual? Now, with that in mind, doesn't it make perfect sense that at feeding time, the shepherd wants to bring all the sheep together? I recognize that we read the story about the shepherd that left the 99 to go seek that one, but the ideal is he wants them all together. But sometimes we get the idea that we can be independent. We'll just do our own thing. Let me tell you something. That's rebellion. That's ignoring the responsibility that we have to those elders who oversee the flock. And friends, let me tell you something. It's not only rebellion, it's disobedience to God, and it will cost us our soul. We need to be present every time the doors are open. Join us again tomorrow.